Hey guys, what's up? This is Emmy and Basis,
This is David Grant Gray.
And this is Rude.
and we're here to talk about a great and wonderful Nickelodeon show, Kenan and Kel. Kenan and Kel was such a great show back in the 90s. I mean, it was so funny and everything. I mean, you have Kenan Thompson, Kel Mitchell from all that. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Then you had David Frischman or whatever. He played Chris. Chris is a pretty cool character and everything else, and was a great show. Um, David Gray, why was that show so great and funny?
Well, everything that Kenan and Kel did was very inspirational towards viewers and everything like that. Basically, Kel was the ADHD for people who don't like the word retarded. Um, well, he kept everyone entertained, and Kenan, he was basically the devilish kind of. Not really devilish. I can't really say devilish. He was the one that always wanted to come up with the master plans and do everything active, but he was also the one that was responsible because he had a job and everything like that. It showed that one's friendship can stay strong no matter how different it could be.
Yeah.
It was just, it was a really good show. I liked it. I mean, a lot of things, a lot of episodes, everything like that. It's an example. Everything about Kenan working at a restaurant, and Kel would try to do everything to screw up, but it wasn't even his fault.
It wasn't a restaurant, it was more of a grocery store or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the grocery store, that's right. So
Yeah, Rudy's.
me of Good Burger for some reason.
All that.
Alright, Rude?
Well, let's see. A really good 65 episode run. That's a little fun fact for you. Opening was funny. It was good. You learned stuff. You learned that responsibility can't mix well with fun. And very few situations where that can work out.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Great way to pass the time.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't remember any bad episode of that.
No, I mean, a lot of them were really funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, that one episode that you so hate, but honestly, I can't remember a bad episode at all.
Even the worst episodes were good.
Exactly. I tell you what, my favorite episode was when they got stuck at the at that clothes place where Kel sold his clothes to some man.
Oh, yeah. My favorite is probably going to be like everyone's favorite is when the first premiere of Kenan and Kel, when Kel was like, who likes orange soda? Orange soda, oh, I do. Ooh. And everybody was like, oh my goodness, yeah. And everybody who remembers Kenan and Kel obviously remembers that line because of the fact that it's how they introduced, not really how they introduced Kel, but still, it was him.
It was his catchphrase.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about you, Rude? What was your favorite episode?
Oh, honestly, it's been so long since I've seen one, I completely forgot. All I need, it was funny and great.
All right.
Really, all I need to remember. If you're a 90s kid, then you're pretty much set between 95 and 2000.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, if you're old enough to remember.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. All right. Now the show got canceled because in 1999 Nickelodeon wanted to go to a different direction and add like Rocket Power, SpongeBob, and Fairly Odd Parents. Now, my opinion in that is they could have kept the show, but oh my god, why in the show just add 3 shows that were, 2 of them were great, but that one particular show, SpongeBob, just overstayed its welcome along with Fairly Odd.
Not gonna lie, they were all crap compared to Kenan and Kel.
No, they were all great at first, and then
I said
Rocket
compared
Power,
to Kenan and Kel.
yeah, but I'm just saying Rocket Power ended. It was a great show, but
And that they probably did have enough room. There's just so many episodes of SpongeBob took so much time.
and Fairly Odd Parents because they kept that.
No, just SpongeBob. They overrun it every day.
I know, but Fairly Odd Parents are still making new episodes too.
Well, they could have had the time to do the productions for Kenan and Kel.
Yeah.
It's probably one of those things where they probably don't want to say it because they're probably ashamed of doing it. But
Yeah.
maybe it's just like some of the old TV shows that we also do rants on why they should bring it back.
Yeah.
Basically, it could have had not enough ratings or something like that. It just probably wasn't listed.
Yeah.
But yeah, progress has changed, and change is progress, as people say these days. That they should move on to better things. And basically, I mean, in my opinion, they really shouldn't have gotten rid of Kenan and Kel because they, excuse me, pardon me, they were inspirational to more kids. Like,
Yes.
if you watch SpongeBob, it's like some of the things you do and some of the things you see in SpongeBob are not really inspirational.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be an inanimate object with a mediocre job with a money whore of a boss.
Yeah, and subliminal messages too.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, SpongeBob, it's a good TV show for kids.
Yeah.
You don't see like adults or teenagers our age, 20s, 30s, or preteens watching SpongeBob and actually liking it. You don't see many of them. There are people out there that do, but I mean, Kenan and Kel, at least you can see the expressions. You know, you can see
people.
Yeah, you can see people. You can see how they act in real life. It was based off of,
real life situations,
and it was also based off of Kenan and Kel and how their personalities were, intertwined with each other. Like I said before, relationships between best friends
can do a lot.
Exactly, best friends are wonders. You know who's there. I mean, yeah, they have some of those messages in SpongeBob and Rocket Power. Rocket Power, they had the gang. SpongeBob, friends with Patrick, always trying to annoy Squidward. And then Fairly Odd Parents. Fairly Odd Parents, he had Timmy Turner was friends with mythical, made-up creatures, which are fairies. I mean, it's something you don't see in real life. Obviously not.
No.
The only thing that was actually real out of all the cartoons that probably would have taken over was the friendships, and the realest one that was taken over Kenan and Kel was Rocket Power. Rocket Power, you had the gang of friends. You did surfing.
They
snowboard.
They were athletic.
There were a couple of episodes that they were snowboarding, but they were athletic and they were people. But you could still never see the expression as well as you did Kenan and Kel.
Oh yeah, big time. Rude?
Well, Kenan and Kel got canceled for other bigger and better TV shows, and the one that was actually okay enough to replace Kenan and Kel was Rocket Power, but that didn't last long because they had a bigger and better idea. Which ended up being worse and worse as time went on.
Big time.
And people's opinions. You have to do that because some people actually believe that the new shows that are out now, the newer TV shows, newer cartoons are a lot better than.
Oh what person wouldn't want to have a wristwatch that can turn you into an alien that can kick ass?
Yeah, that's true.
But it's like the farther they go on with making new TV shows, it's like you're trying to send a message to all these kids, be like, hey, we want you to watch these shows because they're entertaining. Don't get me wrong, they're entertaining, but they're stupid as hell, in my opinion.
And they're making kids these days stupider and stupider.
Or following the fact that, hey, I'm going to look up to a superhero that's never going to be.
I mean, it's a proven fact that SpongeBob is making kids stupider.
And gay.
More stupid.
Shut up, you know what I mean.
It is a proven fact, and it's also sending subliminal messages like how, in SpongeBob, perfect episode to a subliminal message.
Gay marriage.
Gay marriage is okay.
A male sponge, and a male starfish equal a clan.
Yeah, when they had the baby clam and they took care of it, SpongeBob was the mom, and then Patrick was the so-called everyday lazy dad. That didn't do anything, always wanted SpongeBob to do everything because, yeah, as my friend says, it's stereotypical because it's like the wife should always be in the kitchen. The wife should always take care of the baby. The wife should always do everything. While the dad sits on his ass, watches TV, comes home from work, and everything like that. That's a subliminal message. That is something you don't want to teach your kids.
Yeah, it's slowly and eventually taking people back to the way it used to be during the whole Cold War thing when women were
doing
ideal for staying in the house and doing
we're getting way off topic too.
Yeah, but in Kenan and Kel, listen, ready? They didn't do that. Their friends and Kenan and Kel did everything.
They actually did get married in one
episode. There was no racial things. There was no subliminal messages.
There was no
negative.
There was no 80-20 relationships to where, okay, you do one thing and I'm going to do nothing.
Yeah, but they did get married in one episode just to win a house so Kenan could live in it, but that was about it.
Yeah.
I have fun stabbing yourself.
Yes, I am.
Alright. So what are some possibilities of if the show came back, like what would be some good points of like how they could bring it back and like what could be some new changes or like stuff like that they missed in the old show and they could,
In my opinion, the theme song would have been a lot better. I mean, a lot of people like the theme song, but nowadays, you got more music now. You have more music, you have more technology, you can do everything more than what it was before in the 90s.
And you have more types of music.
Yeah, you have different genres. I mean, you have different ways to send a message out to people, to send a message out to your kids, to send a message to out, more specifically, the viewers that enjoyed watching Kenan and Kel, that enjoyed watching anything with Kenan and Kel. Basically, when they were doing their shows, yeah, maybe Kel was acting, but they were themselves. They were, and they were sending messages in their own way of how to treat your friends and how to entertain people, coming up with their own material jokes. They may have had a script, but they had their own material. When they got canceled, I don't think, and I'm pretty sure Rue doesn't think, that they were at their prime. They were canceled before they could even get big. And they keep going. If they keep going with the things that they did with Kenan and Kel, they would have had a lot more viewers. I mean, they made Rocky and Bullwinkle. They made more movies from like All That, Good Burger. They made a whole bunch of other shows and movies to try and get big. And Kenan and Kel, that show would have done it. But since Nickelodeon wanted to do their thing and try and expand, they think that it's okay to, these guys are these guys are on the bottom of the chart or somewhere below the halfway point of saying, hey, there's something, yeah. They're gonna kick them off because they're halfway down instead of halfway up. Yeah. And they were there. They were gonna get there.
And they were rising fast at that point. They didn't even get to like 75 episodes. They were still rising.
Yeah.
To
big time.
Well, it really could have been a great TV show.
Yeah. So, Rude, your opinion?
He pretty much said everything. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. There's how it ended was good. How it started was good. With today's technology and stuff, they could have easily gone better and easily destroyed that fourth wall that's limiting the world, and still kept it real.
Yeah.
And nowadays, there's more lifetime situations that more people have to deal with, and it just would have made it so much better.
True.
And let's see. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say since David has to talk first.
In my opinion, how they could have kept it going, you haven't seen Chris's mom yet, right? In the series. So why don't we see Chris's mom? Why don't we see Kel's parents? And why don't we see more of, since Kyra, we didn't see her in the very last episode. Why don't we see Kyra in her teens and how she's gonna attack Kel? Like how Steve Urkel goes after Laura in Family Matters. Imagine Kyra as Steve Urkel and Kel as Laura. That would be funny. That would be funny.
I like the fact that you have that question, why don't we see their parents? I mean, that would be a great message saying maybe a message, I don't know, it could be good, it could be bad, of how everyday parents could be.
Yeah.
I mean, they raised Kenan and Kel to be really good people, and you get to see the parents, you get to see how they treat their kids and everything like that.
Yeah.
They could be lenient, they could be strict. It's a good message to send out.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whatever happened to that guy Cleve?
I don't know.
They should at least have a bonus episode or something of Kel saying Kenan saying, you know what, grab a shovel, 25 kittens, and meet me in the moon. Come on, Jizzy. They should at least show them what they do in that, just a bonus little episode or whatever of that, just to actually show it. That would be pretty cool to see and pretty
no
funny.
Scripts, no nothing, just them all out.
I know, It's just freaking hilarious. It's here it goes, and then he ends it. So
they should bring it back. They should.
So just to sum it up, Kenan and Kel was a really good show. It was at Nickelodeon's great heyday of the 90s. I mean, when Rugrats was there and all that good stuff. But apparently it ended. But anyways, all I could say is, please bring it back and let's see some good stuff in that show again. David Gray, sum it up.
They're a good show, good people, good messages can be sent out. Great TV show. I mean, it doesn't matter what Nickelodeon sees, it matters what the viewers see.
Exactly. Rude, just to sum it up.
I can't. You always let him go first.
Why should they bring it back?
Well, let's see. Everything he said, of course.
Everything you said, of course.
They had originality.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
That's the biggest key. Their originality.
They did have quite a bit of originality.
I don't think their producers gave them any script at all. I think it's hey, you guys are funny, you guys do it.
Make it up.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? I really like their father. Kenan's make-believe father. I like that one episode where he goes deaf. He's like, hey, Mom, guess, it's Kyra, popped some party popper or something, and Kenan was talking, and he's like, I gotta go do something that has to, relate close to phone, or something like that. He's like, hello, answer the phone. It's like, Dad, there's no phone going off. And then he's like, you know what? Why don't you go get me some bread? I don't want to go to bed.
Yeah.
And he's like, Kenan! Just watch him take his shit. You're gonna see the veins pop up on his bald head. It's like, Kenan! And then he just takes his shit, and then you hear it. It's like, uh-oh, that'd be a great blooper.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, definitely bring back a good show. That's all I gotta say.
Alright. Alright, guys, this is Emmy and Basis.
David Gray.
Rude.
And we ranted about Kenan and Kel, and we hope you all have a good night or day when you're watching this. See y'all later.
Peace.
And if you're on your mobile phone, don't be driving while you're watching this.